Hi everybody, I am back with my notes again because I just saw something on X, Twitter, and we've got to talk about it. Okay, so I just saw on the page Stop Anti-Semitism. They tweeted out today a letter from Congress to National Students for Justice in Palestine, also known as SJP or NSJP. Now, for reference, Students for Justice in Palestine is being sued by 9 October 7th survivors in a federal lawsuit that was filed May 1st in the Eastern District of Virginia, Alexandria Division. Now, the organization, also tied to AMP, which is American Muslims for Palestine, is being accused of, quote, allegedly using propaganda to intimidate, convince, and recruit uninformed, misguided, and impressionable college students to serve as foot soldiers for Hamas on campus and beyond. Essentially, SJP is accused of serving as Hamas's propaganda wing in America. They say the organization hides behind advocacy, but actually provides assistance to foreign terrorist organizations. Now, it's a 49-page lawsuit, and I will link to it in the description if you would like to take the time and read the whole thing. Anyway, Congress must have picked up on this lawsuit because they sent a letter addressed to National Students for Justice in Palestine, care of Dr. Osama Abir Shaid, Executive Director of American Muslims for Palestine in Falls Church, Virginia, on May 29th, 2024. Basically, the letter is putting the organization on notice that the House of Representatives Committee on Oversight and Accountability is looking into the organization's sources of funding. They've been identified as a group that is supporting illegal activity nationwide and, quote, spouting pro-Hamas propaganda and engaged in anti-Semitic harassment and violations of the civil rights of Jewish students, end quote. Now, the committee is concerned that people involved in illegal encampments on college campuses that are calling for, quote, the elimination of Jewish people from Israel by spouting anti-Semitic rhetoric like from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, and death to Israel, might be receiving funding or other support from foreign terrorist organizations. Let me say that again. All of those campus rallies and illegal encampments, Congress believes that they may be receiving foreign financial support from terrorist organizations, and that's what they're looking into. That's what this letter is about. They say the parent organization to NSJP, American Muslims for Palestine, supports hundreds of Palestine solidarity organizations across the U.S. and Canada with the goal of coordinating a pressure campaign for universities to cut ties with Israel. Now, in the letter, Congress describes the timing of their new publication, The Written Resistance, which was released in September, days before the October 7th attacks, as curious. They say AMP has substantial financial ties to Hamas, and members have raised money for Hamas charities. Now, the letter further explains that AMP is the, quote, alter ego of the Islamic Association of Palestine, which used to be the main U.S. propaganda arm for Hamas before it was dissolved in 2004 for terror finance. They say many of these IAP members, that's Islamic Association of Palestine members, went on to rebrand their support for Hamas by founding AMP, American Muslims for Palestine. The letter also says that AMP has been linked to the Holy Land Foundation, which has sent more than $12 million to support Hamas abroad. They say the Holy Land Foundation was also shut down for terror financing. And guess where some of those members work now? AMP. And so, the committee is asking for, number one, all documents and communications related to National SJP's funding. Number two, all documents and communications related to National SJP policy, procedure, or operating practices to make sure the organization complies with laws about terror financing. Three, all documents and communications relating to October 7th Hamas terror attacks, including public-facing responses to the October 7th terror attack. 4, all documents related to the promotion by NSJP of illegal activity supporting Hamas. And 5, all documents, regardless of what they're about, all of the documents created or sent between October 6th and October 8th, 2023. So What do you think of all this? I personally find that this is a big, big story and a big, big deal. We're probably going to hear about this a lot more because there's a lot of talk about these illegal encampments and what has been going on and how they've disrupted life on campus. And now Congress is looking into these organizations that have been responsible for these encampments, saying they are part of Hamas's terror wing. That's huge, and I'm curious to know what you think about it. What do you think they're going to find? Now remember, this is the House of Representatives Committee on Oversight and Accountability, which is different from the Republican committee that was holding hearings on anti-Semitism on college campuses. So this is a nonpartisan issue that is affecting the United States in general when you're talking about terrorism. We've seen this explode on campuses before Israel even responded. So who do you think is behind this? What do you think is going to happen? And do you think Hamas has infiltrated college campuses? I'd love to hear from you. Write your opinions in the comments. I am so curious as to what you have to say. I'm also curious as to what's going to come of this. And if you made it this far in the video and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I put out lots of videos like this and vlogs and interviews and other things that you may find interesting. So please subscribe. And if you do so, YouTube will then push out my channel to other people and give it a little bit more exposure. So thank you for being here and welcome to the community, and leave me a comment behind, but first subscribe. Thank you. Bye.